Welcome to McDonald's High School's Science channel at MAH. What I'll be doing is giving PowerPoint slides and lessons around different parts of the course for grade 10 Science and Technology. The first chapter we went over this year is what is a population? A group of individuals of the same species living in the same shared space with three characteristics: population size, density, and distribution. Population size is the number of individuals in a population, and it is affected by births, deaths, immigration, and emigration. When the births and immigrations equal the amounts of deaths and emigrations, then the population size is stable. We can count population size several different ways. One of the ways is counting individuals in a random sample area, then estimated by a calculation. For example, if there were 150 dandelions in a square meter patch, if my lawn was 1,000 meters squared, I would be able to find out my total population size. 100 over 1 equals x over 1,000, and therefore my population size, best estimate, would be 150,000 dandelions. Population density is the number of individuals per unit area or volume. It's affected by access to resources, climate, parasites, diseases, and natural disasters. The population density, the formula is the number of individuals over the space occupied. For example, if there are 32 people in a room with an area of 70 meters squared, what would be the population density? The density would be 32 over 70 equals 0.46 people per meter squared. Don't forget the units. Population distribution is the way individuals are dispersed or distributed in a habitat. And there are three types of distributions. Clumped, most common, seen in groups. Uniform, which is dispersed equally due to competition. And finally, random, which is rare, unpredictable, for example, seen with plants. What factors affect population density? Food, predators, temperature, precipitation are examples. And there are two main types: abiotic, which are non-living, such as temperature or amount of snow, and biotic, which is living, such as predators or competition or disease. Limiting factors is a type of biotic factor, that causes the density of a population to decrease. It limits the population. It can be absent, in excess, present, but insufficient. For example, sunlight, if there's too little, it limits photosynthesis. Water, if it's too much, can cause plant roots to rot. Emigration, for example, some frogs leave a pond after a toxic spill, and the predator population decreases. Biological cycles are alternating periods of the increase and decrease in population size. It's a fixed duration, and it continually repeats. For example, if we take this relationship between the lynx and the hare in Quebec, as the hare population increases, so does the lynx population. And then as the lynx population increases, the hare population decreases. And as the hare population decreases, then the lynx population decreases. And finally, as the lynx population decreases, then the hare population increases. And you can see this cycle emerge between prey and predator, which repeats itself, and that's called a biological cycle. Communities are a set of populations of different species that share the same habitat. For example, in Quebec forest, a community is shared by squirrels, deer, foxes, and trees. Another very important concept in this chapter is called biodiversity, is the variety of species that live in a community. And there are two key factors. Number one is species richness, which is the number of species in a community, and relative abundance, which is the number of individuals of one species in relation to the total number in a community. Of importance, biodiversity is high, the species richness is high, and the relative abundance of different species is similar. Final concept in this chapter is interaction in a community. Competition, competing for access to resources. There are two types. Competition that occurs between individuals of the same species, which is intraspecific, and competition between individuals of different species, which is called interspecific. Predation is the interaction between two organisms where one feeds on another. Parasitism is a specific type of predation where the parasite lives on or in its host. Mutualism is an interaction where both organisms benefit, such as flowering plants and hummingbirds, reproduction by pollination where the pollinators feed on the nectar. Commensalism is an interaction when one organism benefits and the other one is unharmed, such as birds nesting in trees and other animals using abandoned nests. So in summary, the effective interaction on population density. Competition, both populations decrease. Predation, one increases while the other decreases. Mutualism, they both increase. And commensalism, one increases while the other is unaffected. Thank you.